Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Denise. I am a part of the horse and livestock trailer sales here at our Frederick location. We're located just about 30 minutes north of Denver, so if you guys are ever driving by and want to stop and take a look, please feel free to do so. Today I'm bringing you guys brand new inventory items. So this is a 2026 Cimarron Norstar 4-horse gooseneck. This is the RTG package, so it has a lot of little features on here that I know a lot of you guys are definitely going to like. I'm going to bring up the drawing super fast so we can take a look at the specs on it. So this trailer is 23 feet lengthwise, and then we're looking at 6'10 wide, 7'1 tall, so it's just standard features on the height and the width. So this trailer, again, we're working off of slants in the back. And then we're also seeing in the front 2 compartments, our tack room is separated from our dressing room. So our front door up here, and we'll take a look at the front this end first. So this is gonna be what we would consider your dressing room. So you have a lot of storage in there. The compartment right next to it is like your closet tack. So starting right here, standard, we do offer you guys that step up into the actual inside of your trailer. You got just your standard bus window hanging off of the door. Your steps are on gas shocks, so those are pretty good features on here. And if we were to come right into the front dressing room compartment, we see that our flooring is rubber mats. So the floor will be completely rubber mats. Now, once we go up actually into the nose and all that kind of stuff, we do see the carpet. Our boot box will also be full carpeted on the exteriors and as well as the top. The inside is pretty deep in there, so you guys do have a lot of room in here to store, whether that's your clothing, if you're going to use this as your dressing room, or shoes, kind of things like that. You do have that access. You also have access to the boot box to step onto it to get into your actual nose here. So up into the nose, we do have our LED light located just right on top. And then we have just 2 standard bus windows off to both of those sides. Those guys are a little bit bigger of a window, so it gives you guys a little bit more airflow into this compartment. If you're going to be putting up a bed on here and you're going to be sleeping, using it almost like a weekender trailer, you do have access to, as long as you don't, use your nose for some other necessities that I know we mainly all use it for that. Now, coming into this awkward little triangle here, you guys get a lot more space. So if you were to use this as like a dressing room, you can put a couple boxes in here and store more clothing. You can use it almost like just like storage spot. You do have a clothes rod up here, so if you want to hang show shirts, jackets, sweatshirts, those kind of things, you guys do have that rod right there. And then you also have a shelf, so if you guys are wanting to put like the essentials up here, you guys do have, it's pretty thick, so you can almost assure this guy is not going to be falling up into the actual flooring of the trailer over here. And then just right off of this wall, we're also seeing some carpet and then some bridle hooks. So behind any bridle hooks, we always add the carpet because it minimizes the actual noise. Whenever you guys are hanging, metal, it clings on, your sheeting, those kind of things. It makes a lot of noise, disturbs your horses back in the stalls. So we do like to do that standard feature behind our bridle hooks. Now, right on top of our door, we do have our LED light as well. So this compartment will have 2 lights located up in the front area. Your switch to turn that on and off is going to be located just to your left. So you do have that little switch button. If you want them off, it turns them on. It works both of the lights in here. So you need them on, you just turn those guys back on, and then it gives you lights in here. Now, working off of the other side, which is the other compartment I was talking to you guys about, this is going to be your closet tack. So you do have like the main latch to it, and then you also get the butterfly latch. If you guys are scared, you're going to lose your things, your peace of mind sometimes to double lock it, they do have access to lock twice. So just in case you guys wanted to do that kind of stuff, you do have access to do that. Now, into our closet tack here. So working off of our door, standard as always, we do have our swing out blanket bars. So you do have that located on the door. You're also seeing just your standard brush tray, brush box, really whatever you guys want to use it for. These guys do have couple of holes located in every single one of the 3 compartments that are in there. So if anything does happen to spill or anything like that, that guy would just drain itself. And then you don't have to worry about it, you know, getting all sticky and stuff in there. Now the actual interior of this flooring, again, is going to be just black rubber mats. If you guys happen to throw some hay, anything like that, a quick power wash will get all of that stuff out. Our saddle rack is actually on a recessed post on this guy. So these are fully adjustable. If you guys wanted to adjust them, you totally can. This guy will have a hole located at the very top of the recessed post where you just unscrew, lift them, pull them out, or if you're wanting to add more in here, the same exact scenario, and then you just pull a couple of these guys down to make space for that as well. As you guys can see, I mean, I'm standing in here and there's still enough clearance for me to be working off of it. So if I'm grabbing my saddle, turning, taking it out, we do have a wide enough door, so it gives you guys access to just, you know, swing right on out that way. And then again, standard, we have our carpet right behind our bridle hooks. So you get 2 other sets of bridle hooks on this end of your trailer. This whole back wall is going to be carpeted to accommodate for the bridle hooks. And then we also are seeing our 25-gallon water tank. This guy will come with the hose. So if you're wanting to use your hose, you connect it to the spigot down here. You know, you draw your hose out if you're watering your horses. I know a lot of people use trailers for trail rides, and they take dogs and thus your pets with you. So a quick little hose off on your pets, and then, you know, you're back on the road. If you're also wanting to just put a bucket right here and turn this guy on, you can also work it that way, so you don't have to worry about dragging the hose in and out of this compartment. And then just standard on these guys, you just fill them up from that top spigot to go all the way down into the bottom. Now, same thing, our lights will also be located right off of the top on our door. So you do have some lighting in the interior of this little closet tack. And then your light switch will be located just right up here. So it'll be just right on top of where your water tank is at. And then that way you guys have access to turn your lights on and off fairly quick. And then this guy, as you can tell, we do have a little bit of a bigger door than the other one. So that's where I'm talking to you guys about accommodating for your actual saddles. We know that you're not, you know, going to be using your saddles in this front one. So it's easier to make your front door a little bit smaller to be able to have your back one a little bit bigger to accommodate for your saddles and the things that you're swinging in and out of that closet tack. Now, working off of, you know, our hip end back into the stalls of our trailer, we do see at the very top our LED awning light. So you do have lights in this surface of your trailer down here. We're also seeing our bus windows. So it's 4-horse slant. We do have those 4 bus windows located on the hip. And then we do also see our 4 tie hooks. So let's say you guys are carrying 2 horses, you want to tie 2 on this end, you will also get access to tie another 2 on the other end. The other end will also carry those other 4 additional tie hooks over there. And then we're also seeing, we're working off of 2 axles. So these are 2 6,000-pound axles. And then just standard on our 16-inch wheels. And then you do see that aluminum around the actual rim itself. I do like whenever we do like the little black on it as well, because it brings a lot of color into the look of your trailer, especially if your trailer is white and you're upgrading those guys. I do think it looks pretty nice. So now working off of the whole rear end of our trailer, this trailer has a 60/40 opening behind here. So if you're wanting to just work with one door only open, you do have the capability of just shutting the 40 door and then working in and out of that 60. It's very easy to draw your horses in and then draw them back out. So pretty standard features on here. Now I do want to touch on Cimarron's flooring. So we do have a full aluminum trailer. What that means is our flooring will also be full aluminum. So these guys on the flooring, for any Cimarron, you're seeing a V-truss every 4 inches. So think of it as if you're having a V, you know, and every 4 inches you keep having another one. So your horse's feet is always going to be sitting, if not on one, on 2 of them. So you're going to get double the support, and you're just going to make for a way smoother and better ride for your horses. And you don't have to worry about, you know, oh, well, my flooring is, you know, gonna break on me, or we're gonna see a couple issues with it. We have not seen any issues with these Cimarron floorings. I do really like that every 4 inches, and it gives you peace of mind knowing that your horses are riding in something that you're comfortable with them riding in. Now, on top of that flooring though, we do see just standard black rubber mats all throughout the entire stalls. So just standard rubber mats on this guy. And then, of course, we do have our butt strap here. So if you guys are carrying your last horse likes to back out. Once they're backing out, I mean, the strap is not going to let them go anywhere. You're just going to let your horses go. Once you're ready to untie it, these guys are very easy to take off. You just unclip it, and then you re-clip it to the other side. So you have access to leave your strap there if you really wanted to, and I would recommend you do that, so that in that case scenario you don't lose it, or, you know, it goes lost. Honestly, we all just throw our things around and that kind of stuff, so it's very convenient to have just those 2 hooks. And if you don't want to have it on the head side, you can also have it on the hip side, because the hip will also have your hook on there. Now, going into our actual stalls, so our dividers are full spring dividers. So these guys, once you pull on your lever, your divider is going to want to automatically push to your head side, so you don't have to worry, you know, whenever you're coming in with the horse and we've all been there where we're struggling to get it unlatched, trying to get the divider to pull out. These guys, the minute that you go to pull on your latch, your divider will automatically spring, and then you can make for a way easier loading up into your horse's further stalls. Now, as we saw, those 2 are fully padded. This one is also a fully padded divider on both ends, but we're also seeing a stud wall. So if you have a horse that you want to keep, you know, separated from your other 3, you can put them in this front stall. It's a full stud wall divider, so we don't have to worry about, you know, them kicking, getting their feet underneath towards your other horses in that case scenario. So it's very, you know, fairly easy. And again, same thing, once we actually come to shut our divider in here, and then you just go to open that latch, your divider is going to fully spring to that end, so you don't have to worry about the difficulty of actually loading your horses up into here. Now, as I touched on that end, we did see our bus windows through the outside, but this is going to be the interior. So these are your interior bus windows. You do have a couple bars on them, so, you know, peace of mind again still, so you don't have to worry about, well, my window is, you know, my horse backed up a little too far, my window's broken, anything like that. You don't have to worry about it on these guys, because you do have those bars that do protect that bus window as well. Now, up onto here, we do see our 2 LED lights, so you do have some visibility inside of the trailer. Again, they're LED, so they do bring a lot of light into here, so you don't have to worry about whether you're going to be working late and, you know, those case scenarios where we're in our trailer super late and then it gets super dark in here. I do want to touch on that front stall here. So we do see this is an escape door. You do have your chest bar with these guys. So this front, only the front stall is going to have your chest bar. So if you happen to, you know, open this escape door and you have a horse loaded up into the front, the chest bar is what's going to block them from actually jumping out down that way, because we know a lot of our horses do that. So we did add a chest bar for you guys rather than a strap on this one. And then, you know, standard, you do have your D-rings. So if you're wanting to add feed bags to the very front for all your stalls, you're going to have your 3 D-rings. So there's 3 D-rings located on every corner of this guy. And then you do get 2 tie hooks. So your tie hooks are going to be located just on top of the actual door on this one, but the window's on top of the other ones back here, and I can show you guys so you can see. So again, D-rings, you get 3 on each stall, and then 2 tie hooks on there as well. And then real quick, in these stalls, we are seeing, you know, our roof vents. So these guys are two-way roof vents for each one. You get one on top of each horse. You pull it out, drag air in or drag air out. It's totally up to you and preference whenever you guys are riding in your trailer. This trailer in particular, all of our Cimarrons are going to be fully lined and insulated. So, you know, makes for a lot easier during the winter, the summer, those kind of things. And then we're also seeing that our roof is like that honeycomb fiberglass, you know. So the honeycomb texture is what's going to protect your trailer whenever we're starting to get into hail season. I know we just got a bunch of hail recently, so our Cimarrons, you know, we can almost attest that these guys hardly ever get any hail damage on the roofs because of the quality of the trailer itself. Now I'm gonna shut these doors real fast to show you guys the 60/40 on them. So this one right here would be your 40, and then this one is gonna be your 60. So we get a 60/40 door, closing and opening. These are gonna be your latches that connect you guys to the sides whenever your doors are fully open. So this is where you would hinge. This guy just wraps all the way around. Now this one located just right here is gonna be all your light switches. So these guys are gonna work all your interior lights and then also all these exterior lights that we see around the trailer. Now, on these 60/40 doors, our 60 door is going to have our full bus window on there as well. Then we're also seeing, you know, our 4 brake lights. Integrated into our brake lights, we do have a cross, like a little X. So what that is, it's an LED light. So whenever we're backing up, these guys will automatically turn on if you need a little bit more clearance, you know, and you need to see, you're parking your trailer, it's super dark, those LED lights, and I mean, it's 4 of them, so it gives you enough lighting to be able to back your trailer into wherever you're trying to back it into, and you don't have to worry about, you know, going out there with your phone and the flashlight super late at night, trying to back your trailer up into the parking spot. We also have a 8-inch LED light as well, so you do have that 8-inch up there, so it's very easy to, you know, I'm gonna turn my switch on. It also gives me more light to be able to back it up, or even use it as just your load light whenever you're loading your horses up into your trailer. Now, our head side of our trailer right here, we are seeing drops. So we do have drop windows with our jail bars. We're also seeing our bus windows. So every single one of these is gonna have bus windows, jail bars with our drop downs. So I like these windows because it's, if you're wanting to ride with your windows fully, completely, you know, down, give your horses more ventilation in there. These guys have a socket, so this is where this guy would connect. So once it's connected and you go to shut it, make sure it's connected before you drive away. Your window is not going to go nowhere. So your horses can have your jail bars up, and then you don't have to worry about your horses, you know, messing with it or anything like that. And the way to pull these guys down, your jail bars as well. So if you guys see, I have it kind of in a little bit of a slant. The openings on each end, there's a little opening, and that's where you're trying to align it to get this guy to come down. So once you align it, this will fully come down, and then you can see your horse. So once you have your trailer parked and you want to pull your jail bars down, if you wanted to, that's how you would do it. Just the 2 connections that we see right there, and then to put this guy back up, you guys can kind of tell it kind of stays a little bit on the outside. So just pull your window back up and that little slant, and then the jail bars will automatically connect to those holes. And then when you're ready to shut it, same exact thing, you just pull it, and then the window will go with it. It's very easy to operate these guys, and then they do have a side latch on here. For someone like me that is super short, I do have to get on the running boards to be able to reach the latch to get the window to come down. But I mean, even then, I think it's very nice to have those running boards to be able to climb up, pull your window, and just drop it down. So again, this is our escape door, but we do see a drop window with jail bars on it as well. So same operation on this guy. If you're wanting to pull the drops down, you connect, you align that connection right there, same exact, And then to shut it, same thing, and you can also ride with it completely down. Now on this guy in particular, you do have your butterfly latch as well. So if you're wanting, again, peace of mind. So if you have a horse that's sitting in this front stall right here and you're, hey, he's gonna mess with the latch, he's gonna get this door unlocked, he's gonna, you know, immediately wanna climb right on out, this butterfly latch gives you guys that double security. So if you lock this one, you're scared, you can also lock this one. This guy does not have any access into the interior. So once this one's locked, even when it's not locked, you know, your horse can't even get into it at all whatsoever. So that's how you guys would just open this guy. And then that's what your front looks like whenever you have your chest bar up as well. So it'll meet around your horse's chest, so you don't have to worry about them, you know, coming right on out of your trailer. And then this guy would just be like what your latch looks like from the interior with your lock system as well. So again, peace of mind with that butterfly latch, that once your door is shut, just shut it with your butterfly latch on there as well. And it'll be a lot easier for you guys and your horses. Now, working off of the actual nose itself down here, we do see we're working off of a hydraulic jack system. So it's a single jack on the hydraulic. Right here is where your battery box is going to be located. So this is, you know, your small aluminum battery box on here. We do have a battery disconnect switch. So whenever you guys, you know, don't necessarily have to have your pickup connected to the trailer to give you guys some lighting or anything like that, you just turn your battery switch on. But please make sure that every single time you do that, you do turn your disconnect switch off. So once your trailer's parked, you're not going to use it for a couple days, those little things, make sure you turn your battery disconnect switch off. That way it doesn't drain your battery. And then whenever you're riding down the road, just turn it on so your pickup can recharge that battery itself. And then we're also seeing our red arc system. So that kind of is a little bit of a standard now on these Cimarrons, where we have a red arc system to them. So it tells us where we're dragging power from. You know, it's kind of that like battery system to make sure that we know what's dragging our power to the trailer itself. Our jack is also a manual crank override. So your lever is going to sit just right here. And this is the guy that you would connect to this one, and then you pump in case of any sort of emergency that you guys might have where your jack isn't working. You do have that manual override on it as well. And then your switch to work your jack is going to be located just right on top of that driver's side door, or driver's side nose is where you guys have that access to it. Now on this end, we do have our spare tire. It's a full-size spare tire, so whatever's on the ground will also be this guy right here. So you guys do have, you know, capability of using that, and you don't have to worry about, hey, I don't have a spare tire on my trailer, my tire just went out, you know. So you do have that guy. It's located right underneath your nose right here. And then as we work into the actual nose hitch of our trailer, standard, both of your chains, so you do have both chains. You also have a breakaway switch, so if you guys, whenever you're moving your trailer, just connect it to your chains, and that'll help you guys in any case of any emergency. Our coupler is also fully adjustable, so if you need to rise it or you need to lower it, it's fully adjustable on these pins as well. And then just standard hitch component, the BMW that we've always used on these Cimarrons. And then we do have like that polished stainless steel sheeting on the front end of our trailer. And then throughout the entire trailer, we did see that white. So this is a little bit of a different look to the actual front. So again, you guys, this is gonna be one of our brand new inventory trailers. It's a 2026 Cimarron Norstar 4-horse gooseneck. Our stock ID is 5N250700. So if you guys happen to have any other questions on this trailer or any other trailer that's located in our lot, please feel free to reach out. You guys are seeing my email address right here. This is my cell phone, and then this is my office number if you guys have any other questions. También hablo español para los que ocupen ayuda con alguien que les pueda dar servicio en español. Si ustedes tienen alguna otra pregunta, ya sea en esta traila o cualquier otra traila que nosotros tenemos aquí disponibles, por favor no duden en llamarme. Este viene siendo mi número de celular, este viene siendo el número de la oficina y también están viendo mi correo electrónico. Así que si ustedes tienen alguna otra pregunta, por favor no duden en marcarme. And we'll see you guys again next week. Thank you.